Hello, welcome to another edition of Athletes Corner, and today we're joined by Jacob Klass, Beverly High. What is going on, sir? This first time here.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Hey, man, just living, just living. First off, year 3 coming up at Beverly High, man.
Yeah,
It's like flying by, man.
it's crazy. I just a freshman.
Right.
by.
It's like you blink, and next thing you know, you only got like another year of high school left. You been enjoying it though?
Yeah, it's a really good experience.
Yeah, definitely. And you're one of those guys that you got thrown in the fire young, right?
Yeah.
So you got the opportunity to play freshman year, and you had a really good teammates that upperclassmen playing with. So what was that? Just playing with some of those guys, Dylan, Ryder, just getting the experience to playing with those guys coming off the season they had a pretty successful season the year before.
Yeah, it was good. Like, they just always work hard, and that's the big thing. Like, always working hard, pushing each other. They were great leaders and showed me what to do, and like you can kind of learn from them. So when you get put in that position, you can strive.
How long did it take for you to get adjusted to the varsity game? Because mostly everybody, they always say it's the speed of the game that usually is the thing that catches them at first. But how long did it get for you to adjust and just get comfortable in the system?
Like, probably like a couple games into the season, because it's a big jump coming from like middle school straight into varsity practices. So much more intense.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah. And the thing with them, they had a bunch of solid guards too. So I could only imagine like the how the practices were between you and those guys, like how competitive it was.
Yeah.
What were some of your takeaways just from that freshman year?
Definitely you got to come in shape. I wasn't like in the best shape, but like now I really get my mind into it. I came in my sophomore year in shape.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably one of the biggest things.
Yeah. And was it a little bit harder too, or was it another adjustment because the team there was some high expectations for the team, knowing that they made a pretty good run the year before, and they were picked as they would, like, folks picked them to not pick them, but wouldn't be surprised if they made a state championship that year that you guys had all those guys.
Yeah.
So just like trying to play to that expectations, did you feel like those guys felt the pressure, or did you think that they embraced the pressure and kind of like they just went out and completed hard every game?
Probably the first game there was a lot of pressure because Gabe left, and that was a big leave.
Oh yeah.
But we handled it well and just kept pushing through it and working through it all season.
Yeah. How was it like playing with Dylan? Like he was underrated guy for sure. He did a lot. He could make a lot of plays, and he could make shots too. But how was it? Because his style was so unorthodox and unique, but it was so effective.
Yeah.
How was that just seeing him every day and how he carried himself?
He just worked hard, did everything he could, and he was just a walking bucket. Like, he could get a bucket anywhere he wanted.
Yeah. Did he make that easier for you when you two got on the court together? Was it easier for you to score, or easier for you to kind of facilitate just because of the attention?
Yeah, he would just run off. He was just always just running, constant movement, never standing still on offense.
And then Ryder as well too. We're seeing everything going on with him, and just like he's making headlines with his play and stuff like that. Well, what did you see with him that you kind of understood why he's getting the attention he's getting now?
He's big, like, always using his size right, shooting over people, making the right decision. Good, like, he's a great leader, great teammate.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What was I know you guys got eliminated in that state tournament, but what was like what you learned from that state tournament run? And, having your first experience at the state tournament, what was like some of the things that you learned during that year?
Always keep your head like on your shoulders. Don't ever put your head down if you make a mistake, because like crowd's gonna get on you, but you just gotta keep pushing through it and playing through it at all times.
Yeah. And now you come back your sophomore year. Whole lot of guys left. It's like a new core. I mean, you still have Noah there, but it's a fairly young team. It's a fairly young team. But how was it? Now you're getting the ball more. You got more opportunities to kind of score and facilitate for the team as a point guard. How was that? You having a new role, and now a lot of teams are going to focus their defense on you. Like, did you have to change your game a little bit or what, or it took you a little time to adjust to that, like being game planned against?
I really just adjusted like through the off season because like it happened during like summer league. I started playing better.
Mm-hmm.
Guys would like start doubling me, so I would learn. And then once they got to the season, I was already just ready.
Yeah.
I already knew what they were gonna do,
Yeah.
so I just played my game, did the best I could.
Yeah, you just said summer leagues. You played in a lot of summer leagues going into your sophomore year, and especially having your teammates, some of your teammates on the teams that you were playing with. How can a summer league translate into the regular season? You know, how can the play from that? How did the play from that translate into the regular season?
Just take it as it's like another game. Just a big crowd, people yelling. It's just another basketball game.
Right, and you got you outside, inside, all over the place. You had that triple double in the win that you guys had. You know, you get that. What was it? Talk about that game and that moment for you and your teammates.
I didn't realize until they told me after. It didn't feel like it, but it was a great environment to do it in. Traveled like an hour. It was a long bus ride.
Yeah, what did you guys play?
Durfee.
Oh,
Yeah. Fall River.
yeah. Oh man, yeah. That's that's the whole other side of Massachusetts. I mean, you just said it. Is that like something that you kind of expect from yourself? Like not a triple double, but just like games like that in moments like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also in the state tournament, it's win or go home, but you're seeing the steps a team has to take to be a championship team. What do you feel like the steps you and your team took going into this season to make you guys try to contend for a state championship?
Always work hard. Just never listen to like outside drama, what people have to say about you in the rankings and all that.
Right.
We just put our head down, work in the gym every day. We'll be all right.
Yeah. Well, what was it about that low team that was that was difficult for you guys to get over that hump that they got you in that game? Was it them having that home court advantage, or was that just was it like because they had a bunch of upperclassmen, the experience that they had?
It was definitely the upperclassmen, I think, because that kid, Czar, he was a really good player. Like Xavier, the big kid, I think he had like 30, 16.
Yeah.
Because we were a small team.
Yeah.
So he was just eating us alive that game.
Oh, man. I mean, you guys got a couple young guys, too, that physically they're not there yet, but they got the potential to be there. Are you hoping that they were in the weight room this summer, just seeing what happened?
No, they are. And we also have a couple good guys coming up from JV.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So it's kind of like the ship's staying afloat for Beverly High basketball. Because I feel like people thought once Ryder left and some of those other guys graduated and stuff like that you guys wouldn't be as good as you were last year. Did you kind of feel the same? And did the coaching staff feel like that's what people were trying to say about the team? Like they're not going to be as good as they once were because of all the losses they had.
Yeah, there was a lot of drama in that last year. Just people always would just say like we're Ryder made, but like we're just here to play basketball. Like,
right.
And there's definitely some pressure on me because I would hear it from people in my school.
Yeah.
But, it's just basketball.
Right. I mean, shoot, you're right. But how are you able to deal with that? That's just it's annoying to deal with, but when you hear it every day, when you're in the building, like how annoying does that get, and how are you able to block out that noise and just focus on what you have to do?
I mean, just talking with my coaches, like they're just like help me throughout the day, like just having conversations with them, just help me block out the noise.
Mm-hmm. We gotta go back to the beginning. I mean, everybody knows your dad played basketball when he was young. He's still a big part of the game. Still loves the game. But for you, when did the love of the game start for you?
I mean, I started playing at like 1.5. That's when my mom put a ball in my hands. Mm-hmm. And like going to my dad's games like on every Sunday at the two Tobin in Boston.
Okay, yeah.
Like it would just make me want to play.
Yeah.
And like I say, like 4 or 5, that's when my real love started to come out.
Yeah, and you have that experience because a lot of the guys in this area, you all came up together playing. I mean, you're seeing a lot of them have success themselves in their respective schools. But for how good does that make you feel that you guys have got this collective group that everybody is kind of succeeding right now in varsity, and all of you guys played freshman season, so all of y'all got thrown into the fire freshman season. So Just talk about that collective group of players that you came up with that are having that success right now.
It's very good to see, like, 'cause we all stuck together. We played NSA a lot, like me, JJ, Cam, Deshaun, Jason. We all played together at a young age, and it's pretty cool to see all of them succeed.
Yeah, yeah. What was it about you guys that was it that you guys just motivating each other or pushing each other to keep going because you guys all know what you want to get out of this?
Yeah, and, like, we had a great bond. Like, as young kids, we just happy to be in the gym with each other.
Mm-hmm.
We went on a trip to Disney. That was probably a big moment for us.
Right, right.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah, traveling all over the place for hoops at a young age. You kind of get to see the different styles of basketball from like different areas in the country and stuff like that. Playing against those other competition like that, not in state but out of state competition. What's like the level of focus that you have to bring in order to compete in like those type of environments?
Don't overthink. Or it's the worst thing you could do on the court. Just think of it as another basketball game. Like, really, just you rest yourself mentally, stay composed, and you'll be all right.
Yeah, man. And talk about NSSA for the AU, and then playing for the White Mambas now. The AU's forever changing. What can you kind of say the changes that's gone on from the time when you was like in like elementary, middle school, and to this point now with like the AAU competition that you've been involved in?
I say NSSA, you play a lot of teams more than once, like, because you're local. Like, you guys will see each other. Like, out of state, you see some brand new faces, better competition, like
right.
tall kids, like all sides. Like, it's really good.
Yeah, and playing with the White Mambas, Scalabrini and Tony Gallo. What's that been like, especially all the sessions that you guys had this year?
It's been great because, like, all the exposure, like, you get a lot of exposure because, Scal's an NBA guy.
Mm-hmm.
And you get the best of both worlds. Like, Tony played D1, so does Scal. And it's really good being in the gym with them because if you listen, you learn a lot.
Yeah. Was there a session that kind of stood out for you that coaches, college coaches, or even other coaches kind of took notice of your game and, was giving kind of the information back to your coaches?
Definitely gym rat in Albany, and then our 2 sessions in New Jersey. That's when coaches started to really look at me.
Yeah. What did they say? What was it about your game that really impressed them during those sessions?
Like how I motivate my teammates on the court, never put my head down, and just keep playing hard all the times.
Right. Who are some of your other teammates from that White Mamba team that kind of got the spotlight too, or that were getting the notice during those sessions too?
Preston Ballin, he's going to Newman this year, and then Big Will Cardi.
Okay.
He goes to Watertown.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ran into him yet. I don't know. Summer's almost over. Summer's basically almost over. School starts next week. All the summer tournaments, summer leagues are over. Throughout all this, what was kind of some of your biggest moments from the summer leagues this year? Because I know you played in P2P. Were you supposed to play at Chico's?
No.
Not this year? Okay. But, another year at P2P, was kind of like the success from that because it seems like you've been involved in it for a while too, right? Yeah. You've seen it grow, but how's that helped you?
Just being around a good community, people supporting me. Like, if I have a bad game, people will tell me. I always keep my head up, and that can translate to the season. Just keep that reminder in my head.
Yeah.
But it's P2P, it's a really good league.
Yeah.
Koki does a great job running that.
Man. Yeah, if you haven't checked that out, yeah, you got it. Well, I mean, go on YouTube, check it out, because the sessions is over. But what have you been doing to prepare yourself for this season? Because it's junior year is usually just a big season for players because that's kind of the year everybody wants to. That's the year players really want to get their names out there and start getting the attraction of the college coaches. But what are some of the things you've been not working on, but you've been doing this summer and to get yourself prepared for this upcoming season?
Definitely getting my body right. Like, I go to yoga, some hot yoga, and it's good for mentally and your core, get all that strong, and staying in the gym 6 or 7 days a week, keeping the motivation, all of that.
Yeah, you guys got access to it mostly throughout the day, right? Or a decent amount of time.
Depends.
Depends, right? Also playing in the Northeastern Conference, there's always those rivalry games with Salem. They got a nice young core too with Elion, Jordan, and those guys. You guys had some battles this season. So just like playing against those guys, and yeah.
It's always fun playing against my best friend. Me and Elion go a long way back. So it's pretty cool to see us him succeed.
Right. And he's another one. Just they gave him the keys early.
Yeah.
As a freshman, like he's going into his sophomore year, he's got a lot of expectations for him. But how do you like in general the whole area with some of the guys in the area coming up and being able to live up to some of the expectations that that are placed on them and being able to produce for the teams and have successful seasons?
I think it's good. They just always work hard. That's the big thing. You always see them in the gym, and when the spotlight's there, they're gonna shine because when they're in that moment, it's made for them.
Yeah, definitely, man. We got another, but plug your social media in because if y'all want to keep up with him, what he's doing, and also see what's up with the schools, plug your social media in.
All right, my Twitter is Jacob Klass 1 at the end, and then my Instagram is first_K1ASS.
All right, make sure you check them out. Beverly High. Make sure whenever they put their schedules out, basketball season is like a couple months away, so make sure you be on the lookout for them this season. Go out there and support my man. Appreciate you for coming through.
Of course.
Yeah, man. You look like you just got out the gym.
Nah, not yet.
Not yet.
Going after.
You're going after? Hey, man. I ain't going today. I'm not going today. You guys been watching Athletes Corner. We out of here.